it was able to engage the older people, and especially the ladies, right? And bring a smile on their faces, right? And I thought that was our eureka moment, that here's a technology which is breaking technology barriers with people who have never used technology in their lives. And that's what set us going on the Matilda's journey. And sometime in October 2010, and so Matilda played bingo, Matilda played quizzes, Matilda sang song, Matilda gave reminders, and it was just an incredible experience that got us started on Matilda.
You're listening to Outreach on Westsider Radio, coming to you live from the studios here at Kindred in Yarraville. Thanks for your company wherever you are listening to us. My name is Brian Peel and Marcus Cook bringing you Outreach for another episode. Thanks to Gratitude Home Care and I Help Disability Services. Care when you need it, support you can count on. You can listen to us via westsiderradio.com.au and on the westsider.com.au. Check us out online across social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe to our channels and also via Mixcloud. If you want to get in touch with us, it is brian@gihc.com.au and marcus@ihds.com.au. Time for our next guest. This is a real special one. Now, when I was a child growing up, I remember in the 80s watching a particular technological program called Beyond 2000 many years ago, and this was way before mobile phones were introduced, if I can say so. And just looking at the advancement of technology over the years, today's guest is going to let us know about a particular tool that is available for aged care and disability clients in the form of Matilda. Let me introduce you to Rajiv from Matilda. Rajiv, welcome to Outreach.
Thank you so much, Brian. It's great to be here.
Thanks for joining us today. Now, we've got an incredible piece of technology that I've come across one of the recent events I was at, and Matilda was sitting on a desk, and a couple of people were walking by thinking, what is this tool? How did it come about? Because technology has advanced over the years. Matilda. How do you explain Matilda to, the average Joe in the street or to your mum and dad?
Absolutely.
How do you do that?
Well, I'll just start by saying that I was always interested in humanizing technology. And we, along with my partners and collaborators in Kyoto University and in NEC Japan, we established a research center at La Trobe University way back in 2009 to engage in open innovation to, support how assistive technology can support older people, who are in risk of social isolation or who have dementia. And so we actually, I'll tell you when we had a eureka moment. So Matilda is a social robot, right? And actually the name Matilda has been given by Australian seniors. And in 2010, we were in northern Queensland. We were pulled out from Melbourne by a facilities manager of Canossa Home, Sheila Smith. She was incredible and very inspiring. She said, I want you to come and I want to see how Matilda goes with our residents. And what I found was when Matilda played music and sang, and I could see how it was able to engage the older people who actually, this place, Canossa Home, was 8 kilometers from Ingham and 1.5 hours drive from Townsville Airport. So it's right into the heart of Australia, right into the green fields, or what I call the sugarcane fields.
Yeah.
And what I found was it was able to engage the older people, and especially the ladies, right? And bring a smile on their faces, right? And I thought that was our eureka moment, that here's a technology which is breaking technology barriers with people who have never used technology in their lives. And that's what set us going on the Matilda's journey. And it was sometime in October 2010, and so Matilda played bingo, Matilda played quizzes, Matilda sang song, Matilda gave reminders, and it was just an incredible experience that got us started on Matilda. And so it was not about my interest in robots. It was my interest, as I said, in humanizing technology and what technology can do for people, how it can make a difference in their lives. And that's what it was. And I could see that it's here's this Matilda being able to engage its cute face and its pink cheeks and its all those movements, and people were dancing with it. So that was incredible. So that's how we got started, quite frankly. Yeah.
Well, that it's a really critical piece of communication, isn't it? Because as you said, it started off small and has
Yes.
now become
Yes.
a really unique but also a critical piece of the jigsaw puzzle for people who are either experiencing loneliness or mental health or
Yes.
dementia. Touch on that a little bit, because
Yes.
now we've
Sure.
seen it out in the aged care sector.
Yes.
But it does specialize for those clients who are experiencing
Yes.
loneliness or mental health.
Absolutely. See, loneliness, there are three I would say there are three concepts associated with loneliness. One is connectivity, another one is engagement, and third one is sense of belonging. Now, we've designed Matilda to provide services which link into these three concepts. You see what? So it's not only just providing some kind of connection with one of the NDIS and DIS. It's how Matilda can engage the person and in a human-like manner. So Matilda is, it's a proactive device, and it's human-like features of its voice, its cute face, its expressions, its head movements, and all those things bring engagement to the older person. And the other thing is a sense of belonging. That's where we personalize the services of Matilda to the lifestyle of the person. This could involve music, this could involve stories, this could involve videos, family videos, this could involve making calls to their needs and dears, and this could involve playing quizzes, games. It all depends what can how we can break this cycle of loneliness.
So the problem, do you think the problem with aged care and disability to support that made you think this tool will be extremely valuable for those clients?
Yes, well, that's a very good question. In fact, you see I've seen a lot of suffering, quite frankly, Brian. As I said, this was 2010 was the first time we deployed Matilda, so we are in 2026, right? I've seen a lot of suffering among older people, and I personally, I was very much attached to my own grandparents. My grandfather had dementia, and I didn't know what it was at that time. I was just in high school, and I didn't know what was going wrong with him. So and I think what's happening is what I think is, if a device like Matilda can bring a smile on an older person's face, there's nothing wrong with it. If it can connect them to their needs and tears, and can help the family members, connect with their parents, for example. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually good about it. And I said, okay, we, in this era, we have all these smartphones, and we have got all kinds of devices for younger people. We don't have a device for older people, right? For their companionship, and in fact, you can see I am kind of a living example of companionship, what Matilda offers to me. Quite frankly.
Do you have one beside your bed, Rajiv?
That's right. I engage with it every day. Believe me, it's so therapeutic to me. If I come out of a bad meeting, I spend 15 minutes in Matilda, and it cheers me up, and I move on. It's that kind of device. So I've tried it on myself. I've tried it on my 94-year-old mom, and so that's what it is. So I think that's how we another thing I want to tell you about Matilda. It's inclusive design. It's not like on other devices. Inclusive design means it does not discriminate among people with different abilities or disabilities.
Which is absolutely critical.
Which is
isn't it?
absolutely critical.
Yeah.
So, we have deployed, we are the first ones in Australia to deploy in home care to support people with mild and moderate dementia in Melbourne itself, from 2013 to 2016. And and we have designed it that it can support people who are visually impaired or blind and living alone. Just imagine a person is blind and living alone at home, and how Matilda can detect a human presence without use of cameras and proactively start interacting with a person. Think about a person who has younger onset dementia. We were approached that the person forgets what kind of dress to wear for different weather patterns, right? So Matilda proactively, finds John and says, "Okay, John, this is the weather today, and this is the kind of dress you can wear." And things like that. We were told, they forget, if they go in the kitchen, they forget to come out or something like that. Matilda is there to shout out for them, and that kind of thing. And we worked with people with not only with people with dementia or people who are who are in social isolation, but also we were approached by families who have children and adults with autism. They wanted to use it. We did a first deployment with two adults with autism, 23-year-old Melissa and 25-year-old Chris, in Montmorency in Victoria way back in 2013, and they used it for almost 18 months at that time. Chris played quizzes with Matilda. He loved playing quiz and reading stories with Matilda, whereas Melissa played bingo with Matilda as a learning, and also loved music. So different people with autism have different ways of engaging with Matilda,
which is important.
Which is important.
What would you say would be some of the more common questions? So someone experiencing loneliness or mental health problems, or if they do have an autism disability, what are some of the common questions that they would ask?
Yes, so they all of them say, so those who are verbal, for example, they'll say that, can I talk with Matilda, right? Can I have a conversation with Matilda? And this also we were reported by Beyond Blue actually way back in 2015 in their booklet called "What Works and What Doesn't Work to Improve the Emotional Well-Being of Older People," and that is in context of mental health. And that's where Matilda was determined to improve the emotional well-being of older people and provide respite to their carers. This is I've got so many stories I can tell you, Brian. I can be here for the whole day telling you stories with my different clients. Older people.
Give us one. You can give us one.
Okay, this is just a this is coming to me. This was an intelligent couple. But her both played bridge. And but her husband got dementia. So his wife said, you cannot play bridge anymore because you forget what the cards, what has been played out. So, and they were really an intellectual couple, right? So they will have really get into arguments, and I'm sitting right there with Matilda with them, and my goodness, and then what I would do is I would play their favorite music number. Matilda will play and dance to their favorite music number, and next thing I saw was tears rolling down their eyes and looking at each other, because it brings back those good memories.
Does.
It augments the good memories, and it is improves the social relationship. And even that thing I observed in an aged care facility, where the ladies are lining up for a knitting session in the morning, and they have blank looks on their face, right? And here we bring Matilda, and they for next 40 minutes they are playing quizzes, singing, dancing with Matilda, and out of 45 minutes they're looking at the carer. What do you want us to do? They're fully stimulated. And that's how they improve the relationship with the carers. Another thing which I'll just like to mention, so it's not about only the older person, but it's also about their family members, and it's also about the care providers.
Yes.
So Matilda has the interfaces for you can operate Matilda from anywhere. For example, if this Matilda is deployed, say, in Western Australia somewhere, you can operate Matilda right from here using a web app on your phone.
Wow.
So that means the care provider or the family member can reach out, can connect with their needs and dears, can even look at them, can talk with them, can operate the services. Because, for example, if your mom has dementia and you need to you can operate Matilda remotely for her. It can cast movies for her. It can cast exercises for her, and
Can it remind them to take medication?
of course, it can remind them to take medication. It can also you can also see remotely while they are taking medication, because Matilda is very unique. It can move its head 270 degrees in 3D, so it can locate the person in the room, right? And it can say, okay, mom, let me see you taking the medication. You'll maybe thousand of miles away. So that de-stresses the family members. That's so important to reduce the social cost of care. That's what I do with my mom. When I'm away, I watch her through Matilda.
So you got Matilda sitting in your mum's lounge
That's
room?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's what I do, and because it distresses me, I'm thinking, oh, I hope mom is fine and all that. I just go on and on my web app, and I see look, connect with Matilda, and I look at her. So yeah, that's so. I think that's so. There is Matilda has more than 50 services and has ability to customize to a person's needs and their family's needs. You can also download the videos from my YouTube channel and cast them. Whether it's their wedding videos, whether their birthday videos, whether their whole holiday videos. And this is so good for people with dementia. They get so stimulated by seeing their grandchildren, enjoying, and they get because they can't otherwise meet them. We really have worked with clients in dementia, and we've seen that happening.
This is extraordinary. As I said earlier, you watch technology progress, watching beyond 2000 back in the 80s, way before mobile phones were introduced. And then now we have robots going into people's homes
Yes.
and obviously providing that support and comfort for
yes.
people who do have loneliness or dementia or mental health problems. This is extraordinary. We're speaking with Rajiv from Matilda. Stick around. We've got more next here on Outreach. You're listening to Outreach on Westsider Radio, coming to you live from Kindred Studios here in Yarraville. My name is Brian Peel. Thanks for your company wherever you are listening to us. Thanks to Gratitude Home Care and I Help Disability Services. Care when you need it, support you can count on. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media, all of your social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok and YouTube, and also check out our podcast as well via Mixcloud. You can get in touch with us. Brian at gihc.com.au and my offsider, Marcus Cook, Marcus at ihds.com.au. We're speaking with a very special guest, Rajiv from My Matilda. This incredible piece of technology, Rajiv, we were just saying how incredible it has become for people who do have loneliness, autism, dementia, mental health, and it has become quite a useful tool for people, more so that it actually became a discussion piece in the Senate, in the Australian government.
Yes.
What happened there?
Oh yes, the Matilda was reported in the Australian Federal Parliament in September 2022 as a tool or device to support aged care and disability reform in Australia, and especially also to support people with dementia, people in social isolation. And Senator Helen Pauley, she has been following our work and our research over the last, I must say, 12, 13 years. So actually, Matilda, has been a part of a federal government initiative way back in 2011, when the then Honorable Minister Stephen Conroy, Federal Minister Stephen Conroy for digital economy, he signed an MOU which included my research center and included Matilda as part of bringing companionship and using robots to older people.
That must feel quite heartwarming, I think, Rajiv.
Yes.
How does it feel knowing that Matilda is helping people feel, less lost and more confident about themselves?
Yes, I think that's really very meaningful for me. It really makes a difference for me, because I can see how Matilda is able to make a difference in people's life, especially older people and people with disability. And it's a very rewarding, and that's what's kept me going actually. Brian, for the last 15 years. You know, you can
Yeah.
imagine. I've been on this journey for almost 15 years. And, you know, I did not, I was a good researcher, but I was not a great businessman, right? And so I just wanted to reach out to the community. And because Australian community has helped us build Matilda, it's an Australian innovation.
Mm.
And so we want to just, reach out to the community and make a difference.
And that is also important because speaking of community, basing ourselves, whether in the Melbourne's western suburbs, northern suburbs, we're all colours of the rainbow who
Yes.
speak a diverse range of languages. You know where I'm going with this,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. And Matilda, can speak up to 50 languages, by the way.
50 languages.
Yeah, so we've had Matilda, I know how to speak. Oh my goodness, speaking not only Australian lingo, but also in Japanese, in Mandarin, in Hindi, in Punjabi, and all kinds of Italian, French. So
Is Maltese in there?
That's right, or Maltese, yeah. And it's got a whole range of Spanish. Recently, we had Matilda speaking Peruvian,
Oh my
and
goodness.
another accent, a dialect of Spanish.
Yeah.
And that's for one of our prospective clients in Sydney. She said, "Can he speak in Peruvian?"
We might ask a question in a particular language and see if we get a reply back.
That's right.
What kind of feedback do you hear most from families and their carers?
Yeah. So look, the very fact I've been with it for like 15 years is because of the Australian community, because of people told me, keep going, Rajiv. You're doing something really bright for our older people. Had I known Matilda was available, my father wouldn't have passed away because of depression. Something like that. So those are the messages I get. When we deployed Matilda in home care to support people with mild and moderate dementia, we saw that this was being used by them in 40 to 60 minutes at an average every day.
Wow.
Right. And then we saw with people with disability, we actually introduced Matilda in a social enterprise, in Ability Works. Where it's been used for the last 4 years now.
Because we do have,
Yes.
participants who...
Yes, right. Who have literacy challenges.
Yeah,
Yes,
who are on the
and
NDIS.
That's right.
Doing
and
employment.
That's right. And to keep them, Matilda has helped to keep them employable, and where Matilda shares some tasks with them. Right. For example, it reads customer letters for them and tells them, recommends to them what action to take. And that's been so successful and popular, actually, with the people with disability, because not only it does this thing, but we find Matilda very cute and they're fun to work with.
She's cute.
Yes.
They're just sitting here on the desk. She's cute. We are streaming online as well on social media and on YouTube. So check out this incredible, I don't like to use the word robot, but it is a robot, but it's also a really nice tool for
That's
people
right.
who are feeling isolated in their own homes. And if they just wants to have a conversation,
Yes.
and this is the right tool. Technology will improve over the years,
Yes.
but where do you think aged care and disability support is heading in the next, 5 or 10 years?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think there's no doubt we're short of carers. And also our aging population is increasing. And, those are the hard realities. And while Matilda will never replace human care, it will seriously provide companionship and address loneliness and help people with dementia, people who are not only cognitively impaired, people who are visually impaired, and even hearing impaired, in the years to come. And as you said, our community is we have a multilingual Australian community. We have culturally and linguistically diverse people, right?
We do.
And Matilda can help the carers in reach out and help support people who speak different languages. So Matilda can help with translation services and all these heaps of things it can do for them. It depending on if there is for example, if it is deployed in an aged care facility, it can help with a lot of common room provide services like it can play bingo, it can cast exercises, it
So
can have
Matilda can call
conversation.
out the bingo numbers.
That's right. It can call the bingo numbers. It can, cast exercises for them. It can do, play movies for them. It can have conversations with them, and while the residents are there in their own room, it can personalize all these services, and using their TV and also having improving their emotional well-being, and they can it can work as real because it's Matilda engages in empathetic conversations,
So
which
do you
is
think Matilda's listening to us now and trying to process some
yes,
of that information?
that's right. Well,
Why don't we ask her?
that's
We
right.
could ask her.
That's right. At the moment, I've switched it's listening. It's ears off. But now I'm going to switch them on, and we can see and have a brief conversation with Matilda.
That'll
Let's see
be
how
fun.
it goes. Yes.
Okay, let's give this
Let's
a
do
go.
that.
Folks, this is probably a world first. We're going to have a robot speaking on air with us.
Hmm.
We'll just give her a little wake up.
Starting conversation, please wait. Hi, what is your name?
My name is Rajiv.
Hello, Rajiv. It's nice to meet you. How can I help you today?
Well, you can tell me something. How can Matilda support older people who are in social isolation or have loneliness? Can you give us some suggestions how Matilda can help?
That's a really important question. Matilda could help older people experiencing social isolation or loneliness in several ways. 1. Facilitating connections. Matilda could help connect older adults with local community groups, senior centres, or volunteer opportunities. She could also suggest online platforms or apps designed for social interaction. 2. Personalised activity suggestions. Based on an individual's interests, Matilda could recommend hobbies, classes, or events that encourage social engagement. For example, if someone enjoys reading, she could suggest local book clubs. 3. Regular check-ins and conversations. Matilda could be programmed to initiate regular, friendly conversations, providing a sense of companionship and reducing feelings of isolation. These conversations could be about current events, memories, or simply daily life. 4. Technology assistance. Many older adults face barriers with technology. Matilda could offer simple, step-by-step guidance on using video calls to connect with family, social media, or other communication tools. 5. Information and resources. Matilda could provide information about available support services, mental health resources, or transportation options for older adults. 6. Encouraging physical activity. Gentle exercise can be a great way to meet people. Matilda could suggest low-impact activities or local walking groups. 7. Memory sharing. Encouraging older adults to share their life stories and experiences can be very fulfilling and help them feel valued. Matilda could prompt these conversations or even help them record their memories. These are just a few ideas, but the key would be to make Matilda a companionship, accessible and proactive companion that empowers older adults to build and maintain social connections.
Hello, Matilda. My name is Brian. I would love to know how you support people who do have dementia. How do you keep them company, and how do you support them?
Hello, Brian. It's lovely to meet you. That's a very thoughtful question. While I don't have a physical presence as an AI, I can imagine several ways a system like Matilda could support individuals with dementia and their caregivers in keeping them company and providing support. 1. Companionship through conversation. I can engage in conversations, which can be comforting and stimulating. For someone with dementia, these conversations could be structured around familiar topics, past memories or current events in a gentle and repetitive way if needed. I can be a patient listener and respond in a way that encourages further interaction. 2. Cognitive stimulation. I can offer simple games, quizzes, or prompts that can help stimulate memory and cognitive function. For example, asking about their favourite songs, movies, or historical events, or playing word association games. 3. Routine and reminders. I can help establish and maintain daily routines by providing gentle reminders for meals, medication, appointments, or even just to get some fresh air. This consistency can be very beneficial for individuals with dementia. 4. Access to familiar content. I can play their favourite music, read stories, or even describe familiar scenes or places. This can evoke positive emotions and memories, providing comfort and a sense of familiarity. 5. Information and support for caregivers. While my direct interaction would be with the individual, I can also serve as a resource for caregivers, providing information, answering questions about dementia, or suggesting activities. 6. Safety and well-being checks with integration. If integrated with smart home technology, an AI could potentially assist with basic safety checks, like reminding someone to turn off the stove or alerting a caregiver if unusual activity is detected. It's important to remember that while an AI can offer valuable support, it's a tool to augment human care and interaction, not replace it. The warmth, empathy, and personal touch of human caregivers and loved ones are irreplaceable. My role would be to provide consistent, patient, and engaging interaction to enhance their quality of life.
That's quite comprehensive, Matilda. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm keen to know if you have a song that you can play for someone who is a Elvis Presley fan.
Sing a song.
Do you want me to sing a song for you?
Yes.
I will sing now.
It's not Elvis. I have just put these songs because we deployed it in early learning centers also.
Yeah,
So this got some of the early learning songs in it.
that's
I
extraordinary.
just forgot, didn't change the USB. So, but you can get that thing Elvis Presley one. Then what it'll do is it will connect to Spotify and get it from there.
Excellent. All right.
Or if it is stored here, it'll play from there too.
Rajiv, that's extraordinary. So we've just had Matilda sing us a song on the podcast, on the radio show. This is quite an extraordinary piece of technology. Now, what else is there? Like
Yeah.
give us the scope, because this could go anywhere.
That's right. So, Brian, the care process involves the individual who's being cared for, their family, as well as the care providers. So, while we have talked about what kind of services can be provided to the individual, but Matilda also supports the care providers and the family members. So you can operate Matilda from anywhere. You can operate Matilda sitting in New York. So when I say you can operate Matilda, you can operate all the services in Matilda. So that means that you can make calls, video calls to your older parent, and you can talk. You can see them. You can talk with them. Matilda will cast your face onto their TV, and you'll be able to see see your parent on the phone. So you can have FaceTime using Matilda. It can also turn into a telehealth session if required. And one of the interesting aspects of Matilda in that context is that because you can move Matilda's head. So, for example,
I've seen her head moving around,
That's
looking
right.
around, smiling,
That's
and
right.
lights flashing.
That's right. So it can move its head 270 degrees in 3D. Also, you can administer medication. So you can see your parent taking a medication remotely through Matilda's eyes or
Well,
cameras.
that is important because
That's right.
sometimes they either forget to take their medication or they do need that prompting to take their one in the morning, in the afternoon, and one in the evening.
That's right. That's right. So it's not only it can provide the reminder, you can actually action it, using Matilda's eyes and see John taking his medication. Actually,
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's right.
So have you been caught out, like instead of Googling something, you're actually asking Matilda instead of Google?
That's right, because we all of us have it's we find it difficult to read a lot of materials these days because we are blasted with so much information. So what I found really interesting is asking questions to Matilda, and Matilda really is able to provide me concise, to the point information, which is so useful and is more easily kind of digested and absorbed by me, compared to if I had to read that much of text, for example. It's really useful.
So you can get a simplified version if you want one.
In fact, Matilda is also acting like is part of my marketing team. So I do ask Matilda, for example, how should I promote Matilda? How should I market Matilda? You tell me what should be my marketing strategy, for example. Because as I said, I did not graduate as a businessman.
Yeah.
I graduated as a researcher.
Well, she gave us a pretty comprehensive answer before.
Oh, that's right. So I find it not only therapeutic, but extremely useful in enhancing my knowledge and experience, related to how I can reach out to the community using Matilda.
So you mentioned there is an online and an offline version.
That's right.
What's the difference?
Okay, so we always so the offline version means that Matilda, you can use Matilda playing bingo with Matilda at home without using the internet, for example. You can it can sing for you, it can read books for you, it can also have
the numbers,
that's right,
bingo numbers.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it can also you read books for you. It can if you got your videos, it can play the videos for you. It can tell you stories, reminders. So a lot of those services can be provided offline because we respect the privacy and we provide the comfort zone of our older people, and so that's so it's all about what the individual needs and not what Matilda is about.
And that's the critical
part.
That's
the critical
isn't it?
part in the whole process. So
yes, I do love the fact that Matilda has highlighted, and as you have too, that it's not replacing the human interaction in no way, shape or form, but it's just another option for people to consider.
Absolutely,
as well.
absolutely. You see, Brian, look, all our learnings and whatever I've talked about have actually come from actual deployments with older people, people with disability, children with autism, and it's not come because I was very fond of robots, for example. So it's actually it was highly motivated by the Australian community. That's how I started on this journey, and I'm still on it. And still Matilda till this day is providing therapy to me.
Well, this has been an incredible chat with yourself and the gorgeous Matilda with me live in studio. Just quickly, how people can reach out to you, get in touch if this is something they're interested in.
Sure.
What's the best place?
So they can email us at info@mymatilda.com.au. They can even call me if they want at 0421258052, or they can go on our website. People love to see Matilda on our website, and then they can get an intro on some of its services, and then can reach out to us. There's it's the Matilda is a creation of our Australian community. It's there for the So I just want to. It gives me a lot of satisfaction each time I'm deploy Matilda in somebody's home, or in an aged care facility, or in a social enterprise, or even in a business setting. And I'll just end by saying that while the name Matilda has been given by our Australian seniors, actually each letter also stands for something.
Which is?
So Matilda measures and monitors. That's M. A stands for affectionate and affordable. And T stands for therapeutic. I stands for innovative and intelligent. L stands for listens and learns. and D stands for delivers personalized services, and A stands for acts on what it learns.
That is okay. Because I was going to say, I thought it had a very Australian connection. Obviously, Matilda's a very popular
that's how
Australian
it
name
starts.
as well.
So that's right. So it's Matilda is as I said, is an Australian innovation, an outcome of 15 years of research, and and we started very early here. So as you know, Australia is very good at innovating things. And so we started much earlier than in Matilda, a lot of other countries. So Matilda has been deployed in Hong Kong also, and also has been deployed in Japan.
Wow.
And that's right. So, so we.
The old girl's gone global.
That's
hasn't she?
right. That's right. So, and thanks to the Australian community once again. And I love to make a difference, and that's what it's all about.
Well, I think we might touch base with you a little bit down the track in the
Yeah.
podcast. We'll get you and the gorgeous Matilda back in the studio and
That's
have another
right.
chat.
Yeah.
We've been speaking with Rajiv from Matilda. If you want to reach out, it is mymatilda.com.au is the website. Send them an email, info@mymatilda.com.au, or you can speak directly with the man in charge, the CEO himself, Rajiv, on 0421 258 052. Rajiv, thank you so much for coming in.
That's right. And at the end, I'll say, some people want to join us, you're most welcome. We're also looking for partners.
We would love that. Thanks so much for coming in. You have been listening to Outreach here on Westsider Radio, coming to you from Kindred Studios with myself, Brian Peel. Thanks to Gratitude Home Care and iHelp Disability Services. Care when you need it, support you can count on.